Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World Tanks. As you can see, this is Ashton Shigar in his Jagdtiger 8.8, sorry. And it's a tier 8 game on Durpenberg. So, yeah, I get the feeling from what Ash talked about this game, this might be one of those. We'll have to see exactly how that works out. I should just one like a little thing off the bat. It is stupid o'clock in the morning right now. I'm trying to record everything A, before my daughter gets up, and B, before we go to our dentist appointment today. So if I stumble or I look like I'm not awake, it's because I just woke up like an hour ago and the sun's not even up yet. So yay. Okay, great. Now we're past that. I'm gonna slip back fix camera mode until he fixes his view. I assume he's playing with the scoping in now. Ash doesn't play World Tanks very much anymore, but when he does, it's worth watching. And so, of course, as always, before we start, if you want to support the channel, one of the best ways you can do so is by helping us grow. Still trying to hit 500 or 400 subscribers by the end of the summer and 500 by Christmas, and we're really on track to do that. But if you guys could help, I would very much appreciate it. Okay. Last thing I'm going to say before we start talking about the actual game itself is the fact that Ash is not carrying any HE ammo. He only has AP and Prem. And then for anyone who's not an ultra experienced player, I do not recommend this. I recommend at least a few rounds of HE, because every once in a while you'll need them. Ash knows what he's doing. He knows this is the way he wants his loadout to be. If he gets himself into trouble, it's his fault. For anyone who's still newer to the game, less than 5,000-6,000 battles, go some HE into your vehicles, just to make sure. Okay? Okay. So Ash is top tier. He knows his armor is good enough that he can press up as far as he wants to, assuming he doesn't outrun his support. And so he's actually pushing way up here in something that would normally be considered a backline tank destroyer. Now he's pressing his advantage, and he's actually just firing straight through the side of this poor Roomba, who doesn't realize exactly what's going on quite yet. You know, he realizes this now. Unfortunately for him, he has fired into upper glacis and just bounced straight off. This tire is going to go through us, but we're going to put so many more shots through that tire before he's able to return fire. He's just going to be a little bit of a sad tiger there for a while. Ash just continually bouncing shots from this Roomba. Now the only damage he took there for a while was from our own Chi-Ri, who shot us in the back for some odd reason. Now Ash is just putting this he knows he has the gun caliber to put shots through the front of this stock Tiger 2 turret, and so he's doing that. He's just murdering this poor guy without any giving him any recourse. Now we're gonna pause it right here, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about how to dig somebody out of this situation. So now the Chi-Ri is a lot more damaged than I think he should be, and I think that's because the enemy Lorraine popped up, and instead of shooting us on the side, either because he would have had to go too far or because he didn't think about it, he was instead killing our Chi-Ri, and he probably should have killed the Chi-Ri, so he probably missed a shot or two, or he bounced one or something like that. But just this thing is incredibly vulnerable from the side, and with a autoloader at tier 8 on our side, Ash shouldn't be here anymore. He should have popped him in the drive wheel and then just held him there over the entire length of the clip, and if it didn't kill him, it should have brought him pretty close to being dead. But he didn't do that. He obviously, I don't even think he put a single shot into us. We can tell from up top who we got hit by, and E2, Tiger 2, Tiger 2, RHM, Tiger 2, E2. Right, so nowhere in there does it say anything about the Lorraine, so I'm going to assume the Lorraine has not shot us yet, which is the Lorraine's fault, by the way. He definitely should have put a shell or two into us long before now, because he's the only thing on the enemy team right now that can actually threaten us. And he seems to be running away right now. which leaves this E2 in a really awkward position, where he can either get shot in the back or he can push out on us. Now this OI doesn't understand the fact that he's going to have a hard time going through Ash with AP. He should be firing HE, but he's not. Now he might have the big gun, the long gun, and be trying to use this tank properly. I get that, but he's just going to get himself taken apart by Ash right here, who doesn't care what gun he's using. He's just going to go ahead and take this poor guy apart without any kind of mercy. Actually showed him our lower plate there for a second, and then bounced off his side in return. And then, yeah, there goes the end of that. Now the Lorraine is putting a shot into us, but it's far too late to start shooting us now, because Ash has this guy more or less dead to rights. The KV A5 behind us could take us out if he was paying attention, but apparently he's not. And so Ash is just going to walk over here, get his gun damaged, and then two-shot the Lorraine. I'm kind of surprised he didn't fix his gun by now. Though probably will right now. Yep. Let's see if he realizes. Okay, that's annoying. And then, is he going to blind shot? No, he's not. He's going to shimmy himself around this hill a little bit. And, light this. No, he's going to let the KV2 light the Lorraine, and then he's going to kill the Lorraine. KV2 fires a bit late. Gets the kill stolen from him. Now we got to go all the way back to base, because base is now under attack. But we've almost done 4,000 damage, and that's A, sustained fire, B, knowing what enemies can and cannot take you out, and C, the effective use of armor. I can't actually see any dings on this thing. I guess that's one on the gun mantle. But anyways, I guess no. Are those modeled in, or are those actual dings to the tank? Hard to tell. I think that's a ding to the tank. That's a ding, and that's a ding, and that's modeled in. But anyways, this thing. Oh, there's one. It's a nice, solid superstructure. And as long as you're pointing the front towards the enemy, it's really hard to go through it unless they're A, firing gold, B, higher tier than you, or C, enemy tank destroyers have a decent chance, assuming they're not using effectively derp guns like the Roomba was. If the Roomba was using the higher penetrating gun on his tank, he would have gone through us like butter every time, but he didn't. And so we got to bounce all of his rounds. Looks like Ash is not going to get a shot as SU before it dies. So you're going to get a shot at AMX 1357F. Seriously? Has the Tiger P died to an SU 122.44? I would have thought he just ran him to death, but apparently he didn't. He got himself killed. AMX is smart enough to back off and not just come straight in. Ash is going to use the dead T-34 as a blocker and just come around and put yep, wait for an opportunity and then put a shell straight through, and yeah, and then he reacts fast enough that he does not let the AMX come around on the side of him. Though it got pretty close, that would have been one more shell into the side of us, and that would have been the end of Ash, but no. That is the penetrating shot. The rest of them just dinged off as Ash started turning his beast of a machine around to face the target. And if he didn't even if he didn't have backup, there's no way this guy was going to finish him off. Once Ash deflected that first shot, he was going to be able to rotate the tank fast enough to keep up with this guy. This guy either would have plunged into the river to his doom, or he would have ran across here to his doom, or he could have tried to come up past us, which wouldn't have worked either. So, either way, this guy was dead. That is a great game, by the way, and that's exactly how you use the Jag 8.8. By the way, that entire game was just AP. No gold ammo at all used in that game, and no HE either. So, yeah, if you want to know how to use the Jag 8.8, this is how you do it. Wow. Master Badge, Ace Tanker, Hand of God, Spotter, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect, and Shellproof. Managing to get a Spartan, a Steel Wall, and a High Caliber. Wow. Look at all those shots he blocked. Kind of wondering how much he... 1,500 off the Roomba, because the Roomba didn't A, shoot for weak spots, and B, he was using a little pen gun, which is his fault. Yeah, like all these guys, these were the three with the best opportunities to kill him, and none of them used them wisely. The Tiger actually did the most damage to us, and he was the least likely to do damage to us because of the fact that he had the stock turret and gun. Stock Tiger 2s are just unfortunate to play, but this guy just didn't use that, or couldn't use that much more effectively than he did, sorry. But he didn't have any backup to use their guns effectively. If the Lorian had concentrated fire on Ash, this game never would have happened. And if the Roomba had been firing HE instead of AP, then this game never would have happened. But neither one happened, so we got this awesome result. Look at that. Almost 4,000 damage done in a tier 8 game. That is brilliant to watch. Anytime you have a KV2 that does 0 damage all game, there's a problem. 25 shots fired, 21 direct hits, and 19 went in. That is what you call aiming, and look at that. Because of the fact that he aimed, he got a ton of cash. If you want to know whether or not the Jagdtiger 8.8 is profitable, I think we know. It's definitely profitable if you know how to play it. Thank you very much, Ash, for sending this in. This was an amazing game to watch and truly a lot of fun. Again, if you want to support the channel, please bring your friends in. We're trying to help the channel grow, and that is the best ways if you guys pull your friends in, especially if you're starring in this or something like that. And yeah, so thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.